Previously on Indecisive Gardener, we went to the dog shelter, the Oregon Humane Society, to adopt that special senior dog who needed a home and needed some medical attention. The dog that nobody really wants to look at because they want puppies or they want a 1 to 3 year old. So it's our job to adopt the senior. For a recap, for those who already watched the first video, and for those who are watching this for the first time, I promised to give an update on our special girl, although there is a twist to this story. And by the way, I will put a link to the first video at the end of this video. That way you can watch that one first if you want. But I appreciate it if you do not stop watching this one because it affects the algorithm. So continue to watch this one and then watch the first one. It really doesn't matter. Or you could just, after you do that, watch them both in the right order again. After going down to the Salem, Oregon Humane Society, we decided to go up into Portland. This is where we meet 3 very special girls. Peppa, the senior German Shepherd down in Salem, didn't work out, so we met Elvira, Midnight, and Storm.
That's a good girl.
Investigation animal.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Usually it means that they were seized men out of control, but through like a warning situation or something like that normally.
Oh wow.
So chances are her skin issues are probably from just piss poor milk, nutrition and things like that. So
Neglect.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, she's a bag of bones. See her spine? Her spine's on the back.
Oh yeah. It was hard to tell in the film because she's black and all, but oh, there we go. Here, let's
You get right here. Here's the ankle shot right here.
I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a rack of bones.
Yeah, come on here.
I like both Midnight and Storm. Now Stormy. We have to decide which one, so we're going to do a meet and greet.
This one's in worse shape.
This one's in worse shape, so he says I want to look at Midnight again to make sure.
Yeah, this one's in worse shape.
Okay. Yeah. If I could take both of them home, I would.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah.
Okay. Liberty.
Ow.
Right, Liberty. Okay. So, welcome to Indecisive Gardener. I'm Stacy Jo, but you can call me just Stacy if you like. And
I'm Dana, her husband, from Amber Dog Productions. We each have our own independent YouTube channels. I do the outdoorsy stuff, and she does the homestead farm stuff, gardening, chickens, rabbits, food, and taking care of the house.
Yeah.
While I run around and do crazy stuff.
Our lifestyle. Anyway.
Yeah.
So anyway, he's Amber Dogs Productions. I am Indecisive Gardener, which I may change still someday. But anyway.
Indecisive. This is Midna, or Midnight.
Midnight. We brought Midnight home. And Storm.
We definitely need to talk about Storm.
Yeah. Anyway, we brought both of the girls home. They were sisters, come to find out.
Basically, they were both the same age, assuming they were brought in about the same time as breeder dogs. Storm had a little more hound in her. Midnight looks to be, if I were to guess, I would say a lab cattle mix, given the head structure, the face, the ears,
Border
the
collie,
spots,
maybe?
yeah, something like that. But
yeah,
she's definitely got lab hair, and stuff like that. But okay, so we brought them both home. We were gonna originally adopt Storm, and then we at some point in the process found out she had a sister there, which was Midnight, which happened to have been the other dog we were looking at.
Yeah.
And so we got ready to check out, and we got the medical clearance because both the dogs are in need. And we got the clearance with Storm. Everything was good. And they said, "Is there anything else you need, or you can get anything else you need for Storm?" And I said, "Would that include her sister Midnight?" And so the staff was just thrilled at that. So we went ahead and went through the process to get Storm.
Can we backtrack a little bit?
Sure. Yeah. Where you going?
Okay. After we had a meet and greet with Storm, and we were saying, "Okay, it's a go. We're going to get this dog." We walked past Midnight. While she was in her kennel.
She was shut down the whole time.
The whole time she would take a couple treats, but then she would go lay down. She didn't really want to be sociable. So, but when I walked by, you already walked past her, but when I walked by, she put her paws up on the gate, the bars, and I don't know if she barked or she whimpered or what, but she communicated.
What she's not telling you is she started crying.
I started bawling my eyes out. We gotta take this dog.
That was the first time. That was the first time she started crying.
Okay, so it wasn't the only time. But, do you feel my emotions, baby? You okay? Yeah?
Yeah, she's good.
Anyway, I instantly had a connection with Midnight.
Yeah.
So
both dogs are fantastic dogs, though.
Yeah, they are. They're wonderful dogs. However, you can continue about the story now.
Yeah, so ultimately we ended up going to get and do a meet and greet, and between the two sisters, we did a meet and greet with Storm and Midnight in the meet and greet room. And initially there was some tension there between them because they hadn't been together for a little while. Because when they were rescued initially, they had to go through all the medical checks and make, for worms and blood tests, and because both dogs were emaciated really bad. So they had to go through the medical stuff and be all checked out and cleared that they were safe to adopt, even though both these dogs needed some help.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we got them in to do
doing that. Maybe I don't know if you can hear her.
Yeah, listen to what she's doing. Now she stopped. I can explain that though.
Yeah. Okay.
So we did the meet and greet, and initially there was some tension between them, and then there was kind of that moment where the wall dropped and it seemed like it was fine. And so so we got them home, separated from our two dogs to let them kind of decompress and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
they're on my hand. They're on my hand. Yes. See the girls? Yes. See the girls? Yes, good puppies.
Oh, here we go. I knew it would be her.
ultimately what happened is that look at Freedom's like, that's my toy. Off camera she's like, that's my toy. But it's funny watching this. Really?
It's all show.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, we know better. Okay.
But she's got to make her point as the senior dog.
Yeah.
But you're not the oldest dog anymore. Anyway, so we brought him home. So we brought them home, and we got them downstairs. And then it became this intimidation thing, which started to increase with time, where Midnight would go lay down on a bed, because both dogs want to sleep a lot, of course, because they're just a rack of bones. Midnight would go lay down, and Storm would walk over there and loom over her and growl.
Yeah.
So what would happen is Midnight would keep getting up and moving to a different bed. Storm would keep going over there and looming over her and growling, and you could see it on Midnight's face. She's just trying to keep her head down and like,
oh my gosh, what did we do?
I don't want any fights. Just leave me alone, man. And so she'd get up, she'd move. Storm would follow her wherever she went, kind of loom over her and growl, and really stressing her out. And so the other thing we had with Storm was Storm would come up to the top of the stairs where the gate is, dividing Storm and Midnight from our girls, and she would growl, and several times she snapped at our dogs through the gate. No harm done, no harm, no foul.
Was that you, Midnight? Was that you, Midnight? It was you, Midnight. Yes, it was.
But our dogs were just very surprised at that kind of behavior. And so it as it continued to escalate, it wasn't easing. It was actually elevating. And so it became pretty apparent that not only did she have a problem with Midnight, she also had a problem with our girls. And as sad as it is, you can't save them all. You can only provide the best home you can. So we had to make a judgment call. Obviously, we couldn't have a dog in the house as bad as we wanted to rescue a dog. You have to think of the dog first.
Yes.
And that meant that had we decided to keep Storm, these 3 dogs would have been at high stress and risk of dog fights, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
And it would have seriously hindered Midnight's ability to heal and recover. So ultimately, with newfound knowledge and information about Storm, we did take Storm back to the shelter. They completely understood. We're all interested in getting the best houses, best homes, and best matches for all the animals. And so we provided that information. I don't want to make Storm sound like a bad girl. She's a wonderful dog.
Very much.
Oh yeah, she's
Very loving.
Very loving. The best treat takers. You can't even feel Storm take the treats out of your hand. Very attentive, follows you anywhere, loves and kisses and hugs. She's a wonderful dog, but what we determined is that she'd probably be best in a home by herself, or Stacy here had a great idea, maybe with a male dog. We have all females.
We have all females.
Yeah, so it made, because male dogs will submit to a female dog. It's not unusual at all. So maybe if, once she's established as I'm the dominant one, then things would be the pecking order in place. Anyway, so we had to make the best decision for the situation. And so we ended up taking Stormy back to the shelter, and she was good to go. She hadn't been here that long enough to cause any trauma or anything. And so she's back. She was happy to see everybody and got treats and lovin's from everybody. And
from the shelter,
yeah, everything was great.
Okay, so this dog.
Nothing like a 100-pound lap dog.
Oh, you gotta love labs. Yes, you do.
So, anyway, so yeah, we ended up doing that. So for people that are wondering why we didn't take both dogs, we did in fact take both dogs. We had them both. It just wasn't going to be a good or a safe fit. We've got to pay attention to what's best for our animals.
Yeah.
And the dogs we're trying to adopt, because the key here is to rescue them, not put them in a dangerous or hazardous, unhappy situation.
Yep.
And that's what we would have had we put our feet down and said, no, this is for us.
Yeah.
Or like some
We
YouTube
want to keep both dogs.
some YouTube
Just
content
cat.
creators are like, well, I need this for clicks and views.
Yeah.
I like on my channel, I don't care about clicks and views, and I appreciate all my subscribers and stuff, but I'm not going to do something wrong just to get a view. I'm not doing it. We're not going to do that here. So.
Just to be a people pleaser.
Yeah.
We're going to do the right thing.
Yeah, well, dogs make great content, but if doing it, they do. You see it everywhere across the internet.
Yeah.
But if you're going to make content that includes animals that you're responsible for their safety and happiness, you got to do it right. So
Yeah. We have Minna. And she's just an adorable little girl. She's doing well. She's adjusting very well. She's on a special diet, like 4 times a day. Give her very small amounts of food.
her diet's getting supplemented. My mom,
Yeah.
my mom is very experienced at dogs. She was doing dogs long before I was born. She's been the veterinarian thing. She's grooming. She's shown dogs, bred dogs. I mean, she's 100% dog person. So I was raised around that, and she's a vast resource of knowledge and experience. And so knowing Midna's condition, Mom has taken the taken the bull by the horns, as they say, and she's gotten appropriate beef hearts and chicken livers and gizzards and weird stuff like that I know nothing about because I don't know anything about food. And she's been making up doggy treats in the right way that are not full of chemicals, preservatives, and all this kind of weird stuff to get her blood built back up.
Yeah, no
and
carbs.
That's critical.
It's high in protein, high in iron.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
we got to get her blood built up and her
Yeah.
organs built back up, and some of the organs shifting back into gear the way they're supposed to operate. So her initial healing won't be from the outside what we see. Initially, our healing is to get her blood work and everything functioning correctly as best we can. Her health is obvious, at risk. We're taking care of that. But one thing that has been pretty clear is she appears to have, not shockingly, congenital heart disease. And basically what that is it could be her age, or it could also be because of her nutrition has stressed her heart, the valves, things like that. And
I don't know what's going on here.
anyway, so what'll happen is you can tell when they have that is when a dog will lay down for a while. So if you have this symptom in your dog, it could help tell you what's wrong, but I suggest a veterinarian to positively diagnose it. We've had this experience before, and what it appears to be is what she'll do after she lays down for 10 minutes or longer. When she gets up, she'll kind of go, and then all of a sudden, one cough.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah,
Okay.
gotta have this. Well, the sound and type of a cough can be very identifiable for what's wrong with your dog. And so what that is it's the weakness of the heart that is allowing fluid into the lungs. And then when they get up, it exacerbates that, and then they kind of have that need to kind of cough and get it out. And,
Okay. Darlings, we love you so much,
yep.
but we're trying to make a video here.
Why do I have your dog?
I don't know. Why do I have yours?
Oh,
Oh, she's
my
trying
dog.
to get over to you.
My dog. Let
Okay.
me do this. Come here.
Okay.
Get over here. Get over here, Liberty. Yeah.
Anyway,
There, down. Sit.
so
Sit. Good girl. So yeah, she's got a heart issue that is not recoverable. They don't come back from that once they have it. That's just the cold hard truth of it, and that's okay because the mission here is to rescue a dog no matter what, and our criteria was to find one that was very unlikely to have a good chance at adoption and
give
old,
her, yeah,
old medical, black.
Yeah, just basically give her a retirement home where she can relax, be warm, be loved. And there's nothing like a sheltered dog.
They're so
It's
appreciative.
Totally grateful.
They know what it's like to lose everything, where
Yes.
dogs like this know what it's like to have everything.
Yeah.
And she will never experience what Midna has, so she has no
Yeah.
way to understand that.
Yeah. But
And
Midna,
Yeah, but Midna knows what it's like to lose everything, including your health, because of it.
yeah.
And so you'll find that shelter dogs, rescue dogs like that can be the most appreciative, loving, committed, sweet dogs you've ever experienced. If you've never had one. If you have, then you already know what I'm talking about.
I have a question. What?
For me, Midna, Freedom, or
Oh, for you,
for me? Okay.
the human.
Hmm.
What do you think our take is out of all this? What did we learn?
That's a good one.
Concerning Storm and bringing home a dog. If someone is looking to adopt a dog, what should they look for? If they already have dogs or whatever,
So I think the shelters typically do a pretty good job of vetting dogs. And like you might see a dog that says one dog only. They've typically vetted for how they interact with other dogs and cats and things like that, children. And they do a relatively good job of that as best as they can. But understand that yeah, we're getting kicked off the couch by this elephant. They do the best job they can with the limited resources and time that they have. So definitely read their paperwork and read it more than once because the devil's in the details. Liberty?
You're being silly.
Get down.
Okay.
So read the paper more than once. Go over it with your friend, your partner, your
Yeah.
husband, your wife,
Maybe
whatever.
there's something you missed.
Yeah, maybe you put it. Maybe
Because
you
I
read
read
something.
it 100 times over, and some of the dogs, when I read it after like the third, fourth time, then it's like, oh, there's something I missed.
Yeah.
And
that way, I think it's important not to get your heart set on a particular dog because. Can I give an example of that?
Sure.
Yeah, we went to go see. I don't know if you covered this in your earlier video about Pippa.
Oh yeah, she was the first part of it.
Okay, so Pippa, we had our heart set on Pippa. We get up there. We had read her paperwork numerous times, and again on the way up there or down there, we went clear to Salem. But it wasn't until we got there and we were reading over all their notes that are very in depth that we found out she had severe separation anxiety, which was not listed on her page on the website or in her paper on her kennel. It wasn't listed there.
Yeah.
Turned out,
Well,
we had our heart set on a dog,
yeah.
perfect candidate, but that wasn't going to work.
So, when it comes to separation anxiety, a person, I strongly suggest that a person be home. There needs to be a stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home dad, whatever. And that way you can ease the dog, and make sure they don't eat the house and destroy the house, and because the dog will try to get through barriers to get to you.
Or, again, be very focused on, it's so easy to slip up for that brief moment and think of yourself.
Yeah.
Because we go to a shelter thinking, I want a dog. I want a dog. It'd be cool if my dog was XYZ. Or
I want this breed. I want this age.
It's real easy to do that. And and there's nothing wrong with having a general idea of what kind of dog or activity level you have, that something's going to match your needs. But don't forget to think about, when you're rescuing a dog, you've got to think about the best needs of the dog, because they can't talk to us.
Yes.
They can't say, hey, I don't like that or something. So,
yeah.
Don't forget to step back for that brief moment. To answer your question, I would say, don't forget to step back for that moment and think, what's the best for the dog? Am I a good match for this dog?
Yeah.
Not, is this dog just a good match for me because it looks like I want it to? Can I provide it with the type of home that breed or that dog or that age of a dog needs? Like Midna, for example. If I was...
Midna.
Yeah. But, there is a dog for everyone. You just don't forget to look at yourself and think, what does the dog need? We're doing this for not just ourselves, but if you've had dogs before, you know that dogs ultimately will heal and fix you and become one of the greatest assets in your life. So don't forget to take a moment to think about their best interest too.
Yeah.
And I think we did that with Storm. I hated taking her back, but that's
Yeah.
the best thing for Storm.
My heart was saying keep the sisters together.
Yeah.
And one of the sisters was a bully, and it just didn't work out. So.
Yeah. So best interest for Storm.
But Storm is a beautiful, wonderful dog, loving dog for a person. You know, she
a household only dog. Yeah.
She would be the only dog in the house, and she'd be a perfect pet.
Yes. Oftentimes you can take your dogs in and do a meet and greet.
They encourage that, actually.
Yeah. In this particular case, with these two dogs, though, that was not required. It's not always required.
Yeah.
Usually it is. So do be prepared to bring your dogs, if you have some, bring your dogs to the shelter to meet the prospective rescue or adoption, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. We named her Midna, short for Midnight, but Midna is a character in the Zelda game, so, you know, Twilight Princess, I'm such a geek, I know. But
yeah, you're such a geek.
But it was close enough to Midnight, and sometimes if you want to change the name, you change it slightly different from the original, and that way they learn the name.
So you're going to give them updates on Midnight?
Yes.
Kind of let them follow along her recovery?
Yeah. So I will be giving updates. Well, I'll give updates on everything in life. So anything that comes to us, I try to film as much as possible when I can, when I have time, and keep everybody updated. on, the dogs, the rabbits, the chickens, the garden. Things that just happen in life that I would like to share. So, where was I going?
Being indecisive, I'm sure.
Anyway, remember to plant kindness, to grow love. God bless and have an awesome day. Until next time.
Be kind, be good.
I appreciate you.
God bless America. This is Dana Price from Hammer Dog Productions. And my
Indecisive Gardener.
See ya.
Love ya.